Kirby Smart and the Georgia Bulldogs continue to roll on the recruiting trail, picking up a commitment today from one of their biggest targets, four-star tight end Oscar Delp out of West Forsyth, one of the best tight end prospects in the country. We've got clips and highlights and pictures of Georgia's newest commitment, so let's get that rolling. Obviously, a big pass-catching tight end, one of the best in the country, 6'5", 225. Runs like a deer. He's got a great frame. He's got the size already. Looks like an SEC tight end from a physical standpoint. But the dude can catch passes. He's got big, reliable hands. And once he's got the ball, he is so tough to bring down. But in this era of college football, you need to have a guy who can, or a tight end who can help you in the passing game and stretch the field and be mismatches for, smaller linebackers or weaker, softer defensive backs. And he's a guy who can do that. He can make the tough catch with a guy draped all over him. He can beat you deep. But the thing that stands out the most is his ability to run routes for someone his size. He changes direction well. He creates separation on his own with his ability just to run routes and his footwork. He uses his size to his advantage, obviously, and can overpower smaller defenders and make the grab above them. But he can run by you too. I mean, there's been plenty of times I've seen it where he can catch a pass and really take off. He had a monster 70-plus yard touchdown pass catch last year against South Forsyth late in the game where he just left everyone in the dust. He was the biggest guy on the field, and that night he was one of the fastest too. So there's a reason that Georgia keeps coming after him. And they offered him in September of 2020. They were on him the whole time. Quick shout out to Todd Hartley. When he has his eye set on a guy, he's going to go get him. 2 years ago, he went out to Las Vegas and got Darnell Washington. Last year, he went out to California, Napa, California, and got Brock Bowers. This year, he stays local in the state of Georgia, gets his guy, and again, this was kind of drama-free. He's got family ties to South Carolina, Michigan, and Clemson, and those were the other finalists. But Georgia has been the team to beat here for a long, long time. I could have made this video probably 11 months ago if I really wanted to. Of course, we have all the inside scoop details, when he chose Georgia, why he chose Georgia, what's next for Oscar. All that's over on Dog Post right now. We've got two big stories all about Oscar, in depth about the process and why he chose to play for Todd Hartley in Georgia. But at the end of the day, he told me that Georgia was probably the team deep down that he felt the most about. But when he went to that Georgia-Clemson game and saw them throwing to the tight ends and saw what Brock Bowers was doing early in that game as a freshman catching passes, he said, you know what, that kind of solidified that Georgia was the right place for me. So he also said, every game since then, they continued to throw to the tight ends, and that's what they told him in the summer. They said, hey, we're really going to try to use these guys. I went out and got Darnell from Las Vegas. We want to use him. Brock Bowers is a guy that, we could have gone anywhere in the country for a tight end. He's the guy we wanted, and he's playing. And Oscar's seeing that, and he thinks he is a perfect fit for this system. He got close with Todd Monken, and he loves this offense and what they're doing right now. Home was definitely a factor. He said it's not too far, it's not too close. Athens is about an hour and 45 minutes away from where he lives in the West Forsyth area. So number one team in the country. I mean, it all kind of made sense for him. And all summer, I thought Georgia was the team to beat. He took his official visit there weekend of June, the first weekend of June with Gunnar Stockton, Kojo Tweed, Denylon Morse, had a lot of guys. And he said, I really just wanted to see them play in the first few weeks of the season, first see who really is throwing to the tight ends, who's doing what they told me during their recruiting pitches, last year and in the spring and in the summer. So he did his research, and obviously Georgia came out slinging the ball around, and that's exactly what they told him was going to happen. So he's on board now. Again, he has been silently committed for a couple weeks now. He told the staff back then, and now he has made it public today that he is going to be a Georgia Bulldog. Again, I think he's the number one tight end in the country. I think he's the number 6 overall player in the state of Georgia. And you can see by all these clips, whether it's 7-on-7 or some of his highlights from his game, I mean, he is a big play waiting to happen in the clutch moments. He's the guy who wants the ball. He wants to make a play and plays the villain a little bit in this community. Everyone knows who he is. South Forsyth, the fans and the students get after him. At Lambert, Denmark, they all know who Oscar is and have for a while. He was dominant in middle school and played earlier a good bit, obviously. Some as a sophomore at West Forsyth, had a monster junior season where his recruitment really took off last year. And he's doing well as a senior, but dude's getting double and triple covered every game now, so it has been a little tough for him. But this is exactly what you want in a tight end. Again, he can catch the ball, and then the run after the catch is really impressive too. That's where he gets a lot of his yards. He's not catching the ball and going down. I mean, he's looking to make a play. He's looking to stiff arm a guy. He's looking to jump over someone. He is an exciting player to watch, and I do think he's going to be a big third down threat, especially third and short, third and medium. You need a big body who can get you a 7 route, curl or a quick out, or a play on the sidelines. Oscar can be that guy, and of course you're going to have to block on the edge, and he can do that too. So 6'5", 225. He is big enough. He's getting stronger by the day, and as we've seen, Georgia runs a lot of 2 tight end sets, especially when they're running the football. We've seen a lot of John Fitzpatrick and Brock Bowers out there pushing guys back, and that's what he can do too. So he is physical there. He can block on the edge, but again, what separates him is his ability to catch the football and run routes. Again, I can't remember the last time I've seen someone his size run these type of routes and like a receiver. And then of course he runs like a deer afterwards. So if you're drawing up a tight end, Oscar has a lot of those qualities. He checks all the boxes. I know the Georgia staff is thrilled to have him on board. Again, big time player. This is a monster pickup for Georgia. This makes their 18th commitment in the 2022 class, and they've got their biggest tight end target on board now. 4-star tight end Oscar Delp has chose Georgia over Clemson, South Carolina, Michigan. That's right. All the latest on Oscar, more videos, pictures, make sure you head over to dogpost.com. Thanks for watching this video, guys. As always, stay tuned to the next video coming up right now, and I'll see you over on the website.